Hello and welcome everybody. Josh the RV Nerd with Mish's RV down here at the Rockwood and Flagstaff 2023 debut display. Now, there actually are some 23s out in the field at the time this came out, but if you haven't seen everything, what I want to do is I'm going to just make a fast fly through one member of each of their lineups, like a Geo Pro, a Mini Lite, an Ultra, etc., just to kind of give you an idea of the sort of things that you might come to expect in the future videos that we'll have coming out for the rest of the year. So let me know what you see, let me know what you like, and I'm actually getting my first look at the 2614 Rockwood Ultralight over here. I kind of like that. I love how they're putting these bed slides in something that's 30 feet or less. But there's a lot of fun stuff to see. Let's get going.
So kicking things off with the 19FD right here, they've done a couple key smart updates on this, things that aren't super obvious, but one of the major ones is that 2-inch receiver hitch on the back. Not only can you do things like use that for bikes, it's 300-pound rated. So if you want to add a small generator tray to the back of that, you can finally do something like that and really extend your boondock dry camp time. Now, they didn't really go mixing around the recipe too much here, but they did standardize the previously optional oven into these. And if you don't feel like cooking in the thing, you could always, still just use it as a bread box. The Geo Pro's mini lights, a lot of the Rockwoods and Flagstaffs now have standardized a 12-volt television and like soundbar integrated combo. Just less wiring, more direct feature and function. And did you notice the revised bathroom? That's a much improved bathroom on that one. Now, similar, returning to a very massive fan favorite right here, their Murphy bed U-dinette slide bunkhouse. Adding the cargo door on the back of this is massively impacting and transformative, I think. Again, we've got that 12-volt entertainment system, and that kind of leads right in hand with the fact that they have upgraded their solar package across the board. What were all previously 190-watt Go Power package or panels are now 200 watts. And it makes sense because the funny thing is, these were always built with the ability to have up to 600 watts of solar on them, but they were built with 190 watt panels. So like tripling those up, the math didn't make sense, you know what I mean? Now you can get 200 watts standard from the factory. Then you could add a second panel from the factory. We could add a second or a third one, whatever the case may be. So you can really juice these things up now. And you may have also noticed how these things, they're from the Mini Lite and up through the family, they're just using larger 15,000 BTU air conditioners now. Now, this is my first time seeing this floor plan, but I'm going to let it kind of speak for itself. Instead, I want to discuss a new thing that's going to kind of confuse people for a little bit in terms of the sidewall composition of the Rockwood and Flagstaff family. Geo Pro has always been double Asdel with Asdel inside and out. Rue and Mini Lite very recently went to double Asdel. In the 2023 season, anything that says Rockwood Signature or Flagstaff Classic will also be double Asdel. But what that means is this middle member of the family right here, the Rockwood Ultra or the Flagstaff Superlight, weirdly, they are still not Asdel. So it's Asdel little brother, Asdel big brother, Luan wall panels laminated into the sidewalls of the middle brother. The reason being, though, that's not intended to be long term. They have a lot of Luan left in their production facility, and they just basically essentially need to use that up. When that is done, they will change over to what you're seeing here, the double Asdel laminated walls in a Flagstaff Classic or a Rockwood Signature. Now, when you get up here to the Big Daddy, you start getting things like optional auto leveling on the travel trailer. One of the other things that I really, really love about all of these is they all have at least a 1,000-watt inverter. Now, 1,000 watts is not necessarily enough to run some really high voltage appliances, but it's still 1,000 watts more than almost any other brand does standard. And you don't have to option that. They're just doing that. So you always have some level of like travel stop off pavement functionality with these that a lot of other brands just simply don't match, Not to mention they are now expanding that Rockwood Power package to be available on more than just a couple of the Geo Pros. So far, it's available on a few things like the Mini Lights. I can guarantee you, though, they're going to continue expanding the availability of that package onto more and more models as time rolls on. But that package changes some of the electrical components in the RV on a fundamental level. Every single RV that they add that to had to be completely re-engineered. And I need your feedback on something real fast. You see that double vanity right there? I have been super vocal with every manufacturer based on your feedback as viewers. Get rid of the second sink. Personally, I feel based on your feedback, and I have presented that to Rockwood and Flagstaff, I think they should get rid of the sink next to the toilet. and just go with one big sink on the left and more counter space, maybe some storage below, something, I don't know. Now, this is my first time seeing this model right here. Additionally, you're also getting to see the alternate wood tone and fabric tones that you have available in this. So far, you've seen a lot of their light color palette things. If you want a little bit of that warm, rich kind of look and feel with a little bit of that almost like wood print, natural wood looking flooring, that is available in both Rockwood and Flagstaff. It's not all just light on light, although I do think that looks pretty darn sharp myself. Now, if you notice, this is very similar to the last RV we just looked at, only flipped around a little bit. But notice right here how instead of double sinks, they went with that extra storage. Again, what do you think about that? Is that something they should do? Now, the fifth wheels have gone through a pretty significant shift. There used to be Ultra and there used to be Signature fifth wheels in Rockwood terms. They have combined all of it. All of Rockwood's fifth wheels are now built to the Signature trim level. All of Flagstaff fifth wheels are now built to the Ultra trim level. No, Classic. Theirs is called Classic. Sorry, I'm doing this live. Squirrel. But have you noticed the consistency? Did you notice even down in Ultra and Mini Light now, they are carpetless with that marine woven flooring? That is not something they had before. And again, this is a floor plan I hadn't personally had a chance to see. And whenever I'm doing these quick flybys, I'm intentionally looking for stuff we haven't seen yet. And then if there's something you really want me to dive in more, leave me a comment and let me know, and I'll kind of add it to my hit list. So as I visit our various Bish's facilities throughout the season, I can keep an eye out for those models and fulfill those requests to the best of my ability. There's only so many hours in the day. What do you think of that half and half dining situation? The Franken table, by the way. It's kind of a booth with storage on one side. It's a table and chairs on the other. Seems like more and more manufacturers are going to that. I gotta believe there's some level of increased popularity going on with these. Now, you might notice the entertainment, the TVs in the Signatures and the Classics are a little bit different. They've stayed a little more traditional there. But they only had the one pop-up out for display. I haven't seen any major changes yet, but this is kind of my favorite one. And they did tweak the camp kitchen a little bit. You kind of lost a little bit of sink function, but it was also just one of those flip-on-the-ground dog dish sinks that, frankly, I'm not a big fan of anyway, so I don't know that that twists me around too awful bad. Let me know what you think about everything. I know that this has been a very fast flash flyby. I was trying to capture as many different RVs as quickly as possible, and I found that this is one of the best ways for me to do it. I appreciate you folks watching and can't wait to see what's next.
So, if you kind of, like what you see here a little bit, leave me a little comment. Say, hey, thanks, nerd, for going down and taking a look at this stuff. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so that you can see the full video tours. You know what? Whatever, we're going with it. You can see the full video tours of these come out when I get my hands on the products. Well, this was going great until the very end here, wasn't it? Whatever, moving on regardless. One other quick housekeeping note. In case you were confused, Rockwood and Flagstaff are the exact same thing. I will leave you some links in the video description where you can check Rockwood or Flagstaff inventory. Also, some factory video tours I've captured on these in case you want to learn a little bit more. So till next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.